If you're a SharePoint administrator, you need to be aware that you may be managing multiple worlds of content. There's a whole set of tools that you will use for managing the local intranet infrastructure of servers and services that is very different from the servers and services you expose to the internet. And so you need to keep in mind there's a whole separate process that you'll use, because who is consuming your content internally? Essentially a known collection, typically, of users and devices. Who's accessing it externally? They could be coming from various different languages. They could be using various different products, tablets and desktops and phones, whatnot. And you yet need to consistently provide a branded feel. It looks like your company. It's providing up-to-date information, content, product lines about your company. And we want it to be very clean in how we do that. So especially on the internet, and to a lesser degree on the extranet and intranet websites, you will call upon the tools of SharePoint Web Content Management so that you can get your content authored consistently. So one of the tools you'll be using is something called Design Manager. Design Manager is going to be a set of tools that allow us to get access to the tools we need. The tools for being able to bring in packages that have consistent look and feel, to be able to manage channels for different types of content consumers, browsers and devices. And then we can edit the master pages, the templates, and the page layouts, the things that control the way that content looks and changes how SharePointy it feels. And if we're breaking those boundaries that we normally have in SharePoint and creating something that has a look and feel that doesn't look like SharePoint out of the box, but looks like your company. And that's really what's important, is presenting that company feel. One of the things we need to recognize is that sometimes there are different, again, languages and or different devices that are consuming content. So in SharePoint, we utilize a tool called Variations to be able to deliver content based upon language. This is separate from creating the content in that language. Creating the content may be something you do manually, or you might call upon the Microsoft SharePoint translation service to move from one language to another in an automated way. That's up to you. But the Variations defines the methodology used to essentially allow all the same content in the same hierarchy to be available through a different language without having to set up a whole new site, right? And that's a thing beauty if we can manage that.